So it was around about 46 you were when
Hmm.
you kind of got into writing. So would you say that for you, would you say that was that presented itself as the right time? And with the life experiences that you picked up with your, your backpacking and, moving to another country, um, did those life experiences, one, add to the stories that, that you tell, and two, add to, the way in which you handle your craft?
I think definitely. I mean, as much as I would have liked to have burst onto the scene at 25 and had like a 40-year career, that's always, you think, oh, if only I could have hit that a bit earlier. But when I really think about it, I think definitely being the age I was, mid-40s, when I hit as a writer, um, I've used all the life experiences I've had in my thrillers. I've taken exact adventures I went on in my 20s when I thought I didn't know what I was doing, and I really didn't have a plan, and my parents were kind of despairing of me.
Mm.
I have used all of that in the last two thrillers I wrote are exact adventures I went on in my 20s, and I've just turned them into kind of a thriller format where everything goes wrong, where obviously it
Mm,
didn't
mm,
for me. But at 20, I thought I was drifting, and at 45, I'm now going, or 52, I'm now like, wow, I've got this whole bank of stuff, memories, and
mm,
places I've seen, and people I've met, and dangerous things I did that I would never want my kids to do, but are now really helpful when I'm thinking, what would this silly character do? Because I did it.
yeah.
So, I think also in terms of the industry of writing, I think that if you're going to launch into a creative career, it's tough. You have to have a thick skin. You have to be able to see it as a business, even though you've put your heart and soul creatively into it. And if people are like, no, thank you, we don't want that, or you get kicked to the curb by a publisher, which happens a lot, um, you can take it a bit better when you're 45 because you know who you are and you know it's not the only thing that you have. Whereas I think if it had hit me at 21, I would have been so obsessed with the fact that I was a writer, and I wouldn't have had my family or my children, my husband, my everything that I built. I wouldn't have had that then, and I think that I would have felt way. It would have felt way more of a. It already is a roller coaster, but it would have felt way more precarious to me at 21 than it does at 52 because you take your knocks, you do in this business, and I just feel like I'm more of a solid person at 52, and I can cope with that a bit better.
Is that kind of like the biggest lesson of like handling your craft? Sorry for interrupting. Please, can you do us a small favor and help us appease the algorithm gods by liking or commenting on this video? If you're somebody that's considered becoming a writer but hasn't yet picked up your pen, let us know what's stopping you. And if you're somebody that's already on the journey of becoming an author, let us know how it's going. Please like and comment below. Now back to my question with Roz. Is that kind of like the biggest lesson of like handling your craft at your age now? Is it, that you have a thick skin and you can kind of like handle, people, I'm kind of a frustrated creative, so I understand the feeling of, putting an idea out there and, you know, it not being received in the way that you
Yeah,
imagine it to be received.
yeah.
So, at 21, you probably, had you put out an idea and got the knockbacks, could it have totally derailed your path?
I think so. And I think I would have taken things more to heart because the thing with being a writer now on a bigger stage is that everybody's got access to you. Everyone's got a microphone that they
Mm.
can announce to the world how much they hate your book.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and Goodreads is it's not for writers really, but and or you get tagged in things. Social media is harsh. You get tagged in horrible reviews. There's no need for that, really. People are totally entitled to their opinions, but then you get tagged in them, which I don't really understand. But and had that happened at 21, I would have felt bullied because I wouldn't have known enough about myself to take those kind of body punches. Now at 52, I'm thinking, yeah, okay, you know, don't, okay, so you didn't like it, that's all right. It's not really going to derail me. I'll just keep going because there are enough people that obviously do. But I can see that now. I'm just a bit more measured, I think, than I would have been as a younger version of myself.
Do you engage with those criticisms, or do you just let them slide and just
No, I just let them go. Let them go.
yeah,
Press on. Yeah,
yeah,
because yeah, you have your opinion. I would. I know some writers who are quite outspoken about the fact that they didn't need to be tagged in that, and I
mm,
agree with
mm,
that. But I think
mm.
for the most part, I don't want the conflict. So I'm like, yeah, okay, thanks very much. On we
Okay.
go. Yeah.
And are there people that kind of you hold dear who you accept their criticism, you accept their or their constructive comments, whereas others you kind of push to one side? Are there
Yeah, I
people like
mean, definitely. I've got two or three writers, crime writers, who are doing really well, and
that?
I show them my work, and I know that they know the work, and they are really helpful to me, and they definitely don't hold back. If I send a first
Mm,
draft, they'll be like, "No, this is not working, and you are a dum dum."
mm.
And this is a dog's breakfast. That's the feedback I'll get. And then that's fine though, because I need that. So yeah, that's part of it. And that's different from the general public just being super mean, or which they're entitled to do, but and that is the world of it. But that's what I've come to learn, that and at my age, like I'm saying, at my age, it's easier to reconcile that kind of meanness, because that can slide off me, and I don't engage. I don't go looking for the 1-star reviews. I know some writers that can't help themselves, but I don't. I just am like, meh, people will like it or people won't, and it's okay.